You're listening to the What the Wrestling Podcast, the show that brings you all things wrestling with your host, RJD. Your
Oh, you already know what time it is.
Perfect.
We got a lot of wrestling coming up. We got Collision last night, Smackdown last night. Oh, no, today's Saturday. Today's Sunday. Friday. And then tonight, we got a pay-per-view that I think is going to be one for the record books. Man, we going to have a good show tonight. But before we get into all of that, you're going to join me here on What the Wrestling to talk about it. Let's not waste any time. Follow me, RJD, at What the Wrestling, Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, and TikTok. Follow me, What the Wrestling, on Twitter, RJD199. And as always, for you gamers out there, RJD TV2, we about to finish Resident Evil. We about to play some Zelda. We about to play some Final Fantasy 16. But before all that, we got wrestling to talk about. Let's go. Yes. Tis I, RJD here. Welcome to What the Wrestling, everybody. Did you miss me? Cause I missed you. We had a lot going on. My last stream was Wednesday, but now I am back. Had a birthday weekend for the wife. Now I am back. And we still having fun in real life, online, and there's always wrestling. And we love wrestling on this channel. So before we get into anything, hit the goddamn like button. Like, comment, share, and subscribe to the channel. What the Wrestling, you've seen all of the tags in the beginning and the end of the show. We are going to talk about Collision first, and then we're going to talk about Forbidden Door pay-per-view. Might have Isaac on for the post-show this week if he is available. I cannot wait to see the show tonight. I think it is going to be absolutely phenomenal. I think it has the potential to be one of the best shows that AEW has ever produced. And I really hope what the hell is going on here? Did I mess this up? That's what I get for touching stuff. There you go. It has the potential to be one of the best shows that AEW has ever put forth. And I hope that I am right. So, first things first, AEW Collision. AEW Collision coming to you live from Canada. We love Canada. And from the start, we had ourselves a good collision. We had Kevin Kelly, Nigel McGuinness. I really loved them on commentary. I think the feel of this show is different. The show itself is different. We have different people on the show. The one thing I love about Collision is it does not feel like Dynamite. Now, I haven't been looking at the ratings, so I hope that the ratings are actually okay or decent, 800, 700. I don't know what they are. I have to look into them. But anything like that, to me, is a plus. We started off with Shivani in the ring, bringing out Sting and Darby, but Jericho came out instead with Suzuki. Jericho's from Winnipeg, and he hates this place. Jericho wants to know who the partner is for Sting and Darby, and who can they get that is tougher than Suzuki. And Suzuki gets Suzuki chance. Sammy's not here tonight because he's a little upset, which happens. So who's Sting going to get to beat the Last Suzuki gods? Yo, I don't understand what it is with this guy, how he manages to put all these names together. But shout out to Jericho, man. Shout out to that. Jericho is a beast. So, this brings out Sting and Darby. You know, Shivani, it's Sting. Okay, we got it. And Darby says maybe he's smartened up. And because he's smartened up, he's not going to be there with Jericho. But if he comes, he's going to get his ass kicked anyway. And Sting takes the mic and said, listen, our third man is somebody you know well, somebody that's whooped your ass in the dome, the Tokyo Dome, that is. And I already know who it is. The crowd knows who it is. Everybody starts chanting for Naito. And out comes Naito. Probably I love Naito's entrance music. It's awesome. But out comes Naito. Jericho wants no parts of that. And they got the hell up out of there. So, shout out to this 3-on-3 match. This is going to be great. I was hoping it would be Naito. I haven't seen him wrestle in a while. Obviously, he wrestles for New Japan. He had a good run a couple of years ago. As recently, he's cooled off. But hey, he's Naito. He's still one of the biggest stars from over there. He had 2 great matches with Jericho. Especially that first one. That first one was really good. So, our first match of the night, we had Swerve Strickland versus the Ace, Hiroshi Tanahashi. Decent match between these two, but I'm not gonna sit here and lie to you. Not gonna lie.
Stop the cap.
Listen, much respect to Tanahashi, but listen, we all know Tanahashi has been beat up for years. Like, I remember watching New Japan when I first started watching them, 2015, 16, 17, and Tanahashi would have like taped up arms, wrapped up knees, bad shoulder, bad back. Brother had tape all over his body. And it looks like Tanahashi's injuries are catching up to him a little bit. He's a little bit slower. That's why I think MJF is going to have a good match with him, because MJF works at a good, solid pace. Not that Tanahashi can't kick it up if he wants to kick it up. I'm sure he can. But he just looked a little off. And I don't know if he's hurt. I don't know if he's coming in with injuries. But he looked a little off. But that's fine. Him and MJF are going to have a good match. It's going to be a lot of heat. They're going to talk a lot of shit. And because of the announcement MJF made after this, he's coming on first. So his music hit after Hiroshi Tanahashi wins the match. Fly, high, fly, flow. And he connected with the second one. He missed the first one. High, fly, flow. Good match. Decent match. MJF's music hits. He says, listen, I'm not coming out there to talk to you in person. Are you stupid? He's like, oh, I hit the wrong button.
Stupid.
He said, I'm not coming out there to talk to you. I'm hitting the wrong buttons here.
Nope.
But he said, I'm not coming out there to talk to you in person. You're going to have to figure this one out. I'm going to embarrass you. I got the Triple B, and we're going on first. So now we know what the first match is. MJF is getting in and getting the hell out. So, actually, I don't think that's a bad idea. So, the main event, I think, is Okada. I think it's Omega and Ospreay, or Okada and Danielson. So, it depends on where they put it. Where they put it in the match. Because that Will Ospreay match and Omega, I would not want to follow that. That's all I'm saying. And I wouldn't want to follow Okada and Danielson either. So I guess we'll see. Next, we had Brody King with Julia Hart versus Andrade El Idolo. Listen, first things first, Brody King is a beast. Brody King is a big, bad dude. Like I said last week, I don't know what it is with Brody King, but it's like we're finally getting to see him shine as the big brute that he is. This guy was beating the holy hell out of Andrade, and Andrade is not a small man. He's about 250, 6'1", 6'2", not a small man. And I mean, Brody King's out there doing cannonballs. He's choking this guy out. Eventually, he tried to get him up, and his chops are savage. God damn. So the end came where he tried to go for a figure eight. Andrade did. Julia hopped up on the apron with Andrade's mask. Andrade put his attention to her, got up off of that, went back to King. King tried to hit a King Kong Lariat. He missed. Step back elbow for Andrade. He hit the figure four. He was going for the figure eight, but Buddy Matthews comes in and disrupts the whole thing. So nope. This ended in a DQ, and that's okay. You know why? Because we don't get a lot of DQs. I know. We don't get a lot of DQs in AEW, so I ain't mad at it. I'm not mad at it at all. I mean, sometimes you gotta have a goddamn DQ. It happens, okay? So I look forward to them. Disqualification. They beat up Andrade, Dante's Inferno, got him out of there, and then they had everybody stood tall, all the heels stood tall, and they had Malachi's face on the Tron, and then they faded to black. Then we had a preview for Kojima and Punk. We had Christian Cage and Luchasaurus in the ring. Christian ran down Toronto saying that they were soft. Kawhi left them, and then they moved on. But he is not the goddamn Luchasaurus is the TNT title holder, not him. So this is weird, but I like it. Christian Cage talking junk, nothing wrong there.
Stop it. Get some help.
Then we had Owen Hart Foundation Women's Tournament Cup for the third match of the night. We had Willow versus Nyla Rose. And Willow won with the Dr. Bomb. She's strong as hell because Nyla Rose is not a little lady. So good for her. Good for her. I really like this. The end was really good. The Outcast came out to surround the ring, but Sky Blue came in with the save with a chair. Good for her. Then we had Powerhouse Hobbs. He squashed Jeremy Prophet. I had a prophet about Jeremy Prophet that he was going to lose this match.
Stupid.
In terrible fashion, and he got killed.
How dare you?
He got killed. Shout out to Powerhouse. Then we had CMFTR and Ricky Starks versus the Bullet Club Gold and the Gun Club. Listen, first things first. Let's talk about CM Punk. I know.
Fuck this shit, I'm out.
I lost a lot of you already because nobody wants to talk about Punk. But we cannot deny that CM Punk is a polarizing figure. This brother, for some reason, the mixed reaction for him was loud. First thing they said is we're not in Chicago anymore, and man, we had CM Punk chants, we had loud boos. They're in Toronto. And listen, in Chicago, he's a hero. Everywhere else, he's a villain. He played into it very well. I love it. CM Punk is such a polarizing figure. It's like they love him, or you hate him. There is no in between. And I think all that crap that happened between him and the Elite, I think actually makes it better. Because it's like the reactions he's going to get are going to be very one-sided. It's going to be you love him or you hate him. And there were loud boos tonight. There was definitely a small minority chanting CM Punk, but loud boos tonight. This, another very, very good match. Excellent 8-man tag main event. CM Punk and FTR, 30 minutes. I'm okay with it. Jay White got the win with the Blade Runner on Ricky Starks. The Guns came in doing well. Listen, this was good, man. This was a good show. Good pacing of the show. We got some progression of story. We had the Redeemer, and the Redeemer denounced his God. He denounced his God and his wife, and he said, I denounce my God, myself, and my wife because I'm gutless. So now I have to rely on my muscles. And I bow to no man and no God. Now it's just me. So says the word of the Redeemer. So he's got to redeem himself to get gold yet again. That brother, world champion, written all over it. Got to. This was a good go-home show. Forbidden Door is coming. And listen, I cannot wait. This is going to be a very, very, very good show. It has the potential to be the best show of the year so far, which is going to be hard because, to keep it honest with y'all, WWE has been putting on banger pay-per-views since the first one of the year. All of the WWE pay-per-views have been good. All of them. So we're going to have to see what happens here. But I am very much looking forward to this today. That brings us to Forbidden Door. My predictions are as follows. Forbidden Door tonight is going to be a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 matches on this card. Just like Tony Khan throwing, 10 matches, because if you don't count the pre-show. So 10 matches on this card. I don't know when it's going to go off. Probably around 12 if I had to guess. I am very much looking forward to this. This is going to be a good show. The only problem I might have with this show is that it might be too long. Because when these shows, when they start creeping above 3 hours, it's depending on the pacing and how much time one match gets with another one. Depending on the pacing, this show could be, the length kind of hurts the show. 3 hours is perfect. 3 hours and 30 minutes. Once you start getting past that, I don't know. So I figured this show is going off at 11:30 or 12. So we'll see. Pre-show, Women's Owen Hart Cup first round. Athena versus Billy Starks. I'm taking Athena. Athena should be on TV regularly. TK, what are you doing? Get her off of Ring of Honor. Put Athena on Dynamite. Put Athena on Collision. She should not be on Ring of Honor.
Nope.
Not at all. Adam Cole versus Tom Lawler. Taking Adam Cole. Bang.
Nope.
Tom Lawler. Nah, Adam Cole. 6-man tag match. Jericho, Sammy, and Suzuki versus Sting, Darby, and Tetsuya Naito. I'm going to say... I'm going to say... Naito and these boys win. I think these brothers win over Jericho, Sammy, and Suzuki because Guevara is going to split from Jericho. 10-man tag. Mox, Claudio, Wheeler, and Keinosuke Takeshita and Shota Umino versus the Elite. And versus the Young Bucks, Kingston, and Tomohiro Ishii. I'm picking Moxley and these guys to beat. Yeah, I'm picking Mox and the BCC to win this. I don't feel like the Elite are going to win just yet. Maybe Blood and Guts, they get their win back, but I don't think they win at Forbidden Door. So, AEW International Championship Fatal 4-Way. Cassidy, Sabre Jr., Shibata, and Daniel Garcia. I'm taking Orange Cassidy to retain. Taking Daniel Garcia to take the pin.
Nope.
That's just me. AEW Women's World Championship match. Toni Storm versus Willow Nightingale. I'm taking Toni Storm. And I'm taking Toni Storm. And if we have a healthy, not broken ankle Mercedes will make an appearance at this show. But I think she broke her ankle. And if that's true, she ain't been out long enough. Because a broken ankle, listen, AJ Styles was out for like 6-7 months over a broken ankle. So if she really did break her ankle, she ain't gonna be on this show. Not happening.
Nope.
Unfortunately. So we'll see if we get a Mercedes Moné appearance. Next, we have a men's Owen Hart Cup Tournament first round. Punk versus Satoshi Kojima. I'm taking Punk. IWGP Heavyweight Championship. Sonata versus Jungle Boy. I'm taking Sonata. AEW World Championship match, Hiroshi Tanahashi versus MJF. I am taking MJF. Bryan Danielson versus Kazuchika Okada. Ooh, that's a tough one. That's a tough one, but I'm going to say Okada. I don't know. Bryan Danielson's been wanting to fight Okada forever. And Okada is like the new ace. He is the man in New Japan. So does Danielson win and get a crazy win over Okada? Or does Okada come in, hit 2 Rainmakers, 3 Rainmakers, and get the win? I'm taking Okada. I don't see Danielson getting the win here. I wouldn't be surprised if he does, but I don't see it. IWGP Heavyweight Championship match, Kenny Omega versus Will Ospreay. I am taking Will Ospreay to beat the United States Heavyweight Champion, Kenny Omega, because in the Dome, Kenny Omega beat Will, and I want Will to get his win back. I know that sounds selfish of me, and I know Forbidden Door is a tag team event with both promotions, but I think Will is taking that title back, and then I think they'll have a rubber match, maybe in the Dome again in January, because the Dome match, the Tokyo Dome is always in January, and that's in what, another 6-7 months. So I'm going to say Kenny Omega loses here to Will. We will see, but that's what I'm going to say. Because if he loses here, then that frees him up to go back with the Bucks to do Blood and Guts. So, and then they can move on after that. So those are my predictions. That's what I got. Going to be a good show tonight. Can't wait to do the review tomorrow. So, with that being said, now we got to go to Smackdown. Smackdown. This was an okay show. The best thing on the show was the Usos. They came out and they said, listen, we are on our own. We are in your city. And I'm tired of getting treated without no respect. Jimmy, you're going to treat me with respect. You're going to treat Jimmy with respect. And he will never forgive that rat and snake in the grass, Paul Heyman. Jimmy also accused Paul Heyman of putting a wedge between family members. Then they cut quick little promo, they got out of there. Later backstage, Solo laid out Rich Holland, he said he wasn't in the mood tonight, and this made Sheamus very, very angry. So Sheamus came out there for the main event and had a good match with Solo. They beat the hell out of each other, and Sheamus got put through the barricade while Solo hit the hip attack through the barricade on Sheamus' face, even though he did miss him. So he protected Sheamus there. He barely grazed him. It's okay.
Nope.
Not gonna be mad at that. And he tried to bring the referee called it off. He tried to bring Sheamus back into the ring. The Usos came out, hit a super kick, hit another super kick, hit a double super kick party.
Perfect.
To Solo Sikoa, and the Usos stand tall tonight. That was a storyline for the entire show. The Bloodline. There is a Bloodline Civil War. And I love it. I love it. Good stuff here. Bloodline Civil War. You're not going to get any better than this. The storyline continues to be great. Roman, Solo, Usos, Money in the Bank, which I believe is next week. Looking forward to it. Now, moving on. What else happened on this show? LA Knight beat Rey Mysterio with the BFT. Santos came out and rescued Rey after he was trying to take his mask off after the match. Women's Tag Team Championship unification match. We had Ronda and Shayna beating Abba Fire and Issa Dawn with dual submissions in the middle of the ring to unify the WWE and NXT women's titles. Raquel Rodriguez was out there to spectate the match. And she says, after the match, she said, listen, she was going to leave. They called her back, and she said, listen, I want a rematch for the titles that we never lost. They laughed at her and said, listen, we beat you. You lost. You're a loser. But, unbeknownst to her,
Surprise, motherfucker.
Liv Morgan is back from injury, everybody. And Liv Morgan and Raquel will get a title shot. We are Pretty Deadly on the Grayson Waller effect. And they said, hyping themselves up for their match against KO and Sammy, saying they won WWE Gold already. They're already champions on their debut in NXT. And they are going to win these tag team championships, which I highly doubt. So, then they had a match, because they called out the Street Profits. Then they had a match versus the Street Profits and beat them after using the ropes to score the pin on Angelo Dawkins. Charlotte Flair beat Lacey Evans in a quick match, and Asuka came out and beat the hell out of her. And right after that match, Adam Pearce told Bianca Belair that she is barred from ringside. She is barred from ringside for the WWE Women's Championship match between Asuka and Flair. And she better not show up out there or else. So, this was your Smackdown. It was a okay show. It was alright. Nothing too crazy. But Forbidden Door, Money in the Bank next week. We got Money in the Bank predictions next week. We got a lot going on with Money in the Bank. I think Money in the Bank is going to be a very good show. We got a lot going on, and I ain't mad at it. So, with that being said, that's all I got for you guys today. Good show. Very much looking forward to Forbidden Door tonight. Other than that, I'm out of here. Everybody, enjoy Forbidden Door. See you guys tomorrow for the review. Hopefully with Isaac. Peace.